healing today and how to move forward. I haven't been doing much healing work this year because of some events that played out earlier in the year where I upset a lot of people by giving them keys to help them, heal. Because that's kind of what I do. Like I meet people and I see what they need and I hand it to them, but I'm meeting them at the level where they got injured at. And, sometimes it's not always appreciated. And I've realized that. So, calling in now only energies that do appreciate my energy. And if they don't, they do not come into contact with my lives or my work in general. So, but being a healer, I no longer see the world as broken. I release the looping, repeating timelines, calling in damaged, angry beings that I considered needed healing, because really, that's up to them. We're all walking our own paths, free, whole, healed, and restored at our own levels. I can see that now, whereas previously I couldn't see that. So I transmute and release myself from any and all negative attachment, cutting the cords and releasing that attachment to needing to be the healer, the helper, people who just didn't bloody want it. So breaking the looping timeline, collapsing that timeline immediately right now. Ho'oponopono, we're all free to move forward into our highest self and timelines intentionally. Calling in my divine team, a group of beings to clean up and cut the cords of all negative attachment. Annihilate, 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 annihilate. Each of us deserving grace. And each of us are walking on newer, higher timelines for our highest good. So, where did all that stem from? Well, ages ago, a ruthless cult of bottom feeding hoes with wrath. And they're really the kind of criminals that are happy to carry out gang stalking tasks for those higher up the chain, prepared to offer like them a smelly fish for their troubles. And if you've been through gang stalking, do you like that? Yeah, this is live. Just a reminder. Targeted individual or somebody who they consider to be a vulnerable being, hoodwinked and injured by your fake light. Any expectation, your true energy can no longer deceive and will never be masked to harm others. All false projections of this hoe's anger regarding being attacked. What happens is when these witches are getting attacked, they turn around and, like, whether it's a guy or a girl, they will, I mean, you could do it just in furious anger because you're anger, angry that there are people doing work on you. But to have a baneful magic stick, especially if it's a smear on somebody's character and you're trying to do that like destiny swapping thing, the way it works is you've got to be furiously angry and that's got to hit that person, I think. Okay, so I haven't actually carried it out myself, but I've witnessed a few people try to carry it out on me. So, all false projections that they make, these witches are casting, well, what they do is they're kind of presenting in the starseed kind of energy of presenting value as a way shower, because starseeds, we get sent here on purpose by, hold on, yes, I'm live, YouTube, we get sent as creators from directly from Creator God. And how that works for us is, hold on. Um, so we just get sent out as fractals of information gatherers, and we're gathering information, but we're also connected to that source energy, and that makes us an attractive feast for a lot of people on this earth that are no longer connected to the Creator in that way. And we've all come with our own divine individual blueprints, and a lot of them have been hijacked over the time that we've been here on earth. Now, so these, there's a lot of, what is it called, soul trafficking and things like that that happens. You'll have a you'll be able to witness that there are a lot of starseeds that are actually in hospital, at mental hospitals and things like that at the moment. And the reason for that is because their energy is so attractive to these darker beings that don't have their own access to creative flow anymore, and they don't want to be connected to Creator God anymore. And by Creator God, what I'm talking about there is the pulse of the universe, the creator of 99 universes. So, and that's us included here on our earth, and we've got our own God here as well. Now, but we all came from, we were all born from souls, came from Creator God, the one Creator. Now, these people that want to kind of take your energy, or get even set up by higher ups to kind of take the energy of star seeds and people like that, like, it's like, think like Christ-like energy, because Christ, whilst it is, he does represent Christianity, he actually holds a frequency, and that's the Christ frequency, and that's that real loving, genuine frequency, and that's what a lot of star seeds have naturally. And when they come to the planet, immediately they embody that Christ-like energy. And a lot of us, or well, a lot of them, have really been shocked by how harsh a lot of the earth seeds are. You know, like coming in thinking, oh, I'm going to spread all this sunshine and love, just to get fully beaten down with it. Because, yeah, I think I named myself Honey Bunch Sunny when I was a kid, like, because I was ready to spread the love. But, yeah, being on earth, you kind of get taught. So what I'm discussing here is, this is what kind of put me off the healing thing. So these people that are choosing better, they didn't deserve it, choosing better will improve your lives. They choose to bully a relatively innocent soul in your lives anyway. So that's what quite often these witches and things will do. Bully a relatively innocent soul, much like yourself if you're listening to this now. Accept, express concern, and offer kindness, and include, and you're going to include these people in your plans, or, you know, you're reaching out to them, so you're discussing with them. And, oh, jeez. All right, I'm just going to read it how it says it on the paper, because trying to transfer it any differently just sounds stupid. So, all right, so this was something I wrote to them is months ago. So this happened back in January. Now, all false projections of these hoes anger regarding being attacked. When the witches are casting, they do furious anger projections regarding exactly what they are actually doing. So all false projections are null and void, because they took advantage, presenting value as way showers, divining truth, are pillars of the communities with healing, welcoming people to come and heal, while they're just giving them really cryptic, you know, nefarious kind of messages. And you're kind of thinking, well, I hope that's not my story. But if you're really into tarot, now, while these chicks were actually deceivers, attempting to destroy those that didn't deserve it at all, choosing better will improve each of their lives. Each of the lives that you have attempted to be deceptive have whined about. So these people, they whined about how shit and hard their lives are, and then they choose to bully relatively innocent souls in their lives anyways. Like, what would what would a kind soul do to anybody who was behaving like that anyway? Well, they're going to express concern and offer kindness and try to, include each of them in the plans for New Earth and what's coming. For some reason, though, they all behaved like damaged dogs. That bit a hand that was joyfully supporting and relating to each of their experiences. Some of us, we've been in and we've looked at the ugly parts that would make me personally want to punch you in the face. But happy to send banshees plus divine protectors from all realms to ensure the best outcome for me and kind souls across the planet that are here intending to make it a better place. So regarding the use of all this energy that these witches prepared and given me, we shall all prosper from the negativity. None of us will suffer for any of our personal power or filters. If you're happy with that one, I think I'll do what I want. Oh yeah, I like to use filters. Yeah. And they speak of God as if he's in support for their evil deeds while they're creating wars across the earth. Like, it's really weird. I had that's like this Christ-like energy that starseeds possess. They seem to, I don't know how to put this any more straightforward, but it seems to me that Christ died for our sins, right? But anybody who's walking in this Christ-like energy, they like to sacrifice that energy. Because if you think, if there's 10 churches, right, and they're all different denominations, they're all different faiths, but they're all essentially selling the same kind of Christian thing. Well, what I'm saying there is they have to get people to come into their church. And how do you get people to come into your church? What the information I'm being told by my guides is that they make deals with darker entities to get people to come into their churches. And members of the congregation get sacrificed each year, and that's whether they die through car accident or they are set up in a violent situation, or just something follows them and they have been put there, that has been put on them by someone, say the priest. All right, that's not going to be a popular point of view. So anyway, all corruption will be weeded out. The dark magic falling this realm will be broken down further in divine timing. There's no need for me to get everybody all upset by expressing what I'm being told here, because it definitely would not be popular opinion. But I refuse to be in fear or back down, because people like that have shown their hand to me. And it just shows that people don't know themselves and they're deeply misguided. But with eyes to see and ears to hear, and slap a being that meant you no harm, the powerful pendulum swings back in your direction to align with your energy. It is what it is. Taking presumed kindness shown here for weakness is a choice, and it I kept pulling all these people into my field because I saw everybody as broken. So I saw that they needed healing and I wanted to help. And that's quite often a starseed trait. And I bet other starseeds would be able to comprehend what I'm saying there. But I presume that maybe that comes off intimidating because there's a light that shines from some of the star seeds. I'm not going to say it shines from me particularly, but other star seeds that I've seen, like it's just Empress energy, and they've just got so much love, and like there's an aura, a glow about them. And you know, if you were trying to compete, it'd be a hard thing to do, especially if you were coming from a dark place. So these people, they pretend to be victims and are telling stories that just aren't their own. But the reason they're doing that is just for, views and likes. And yeah, everybody's telling a story. I reckon many of us, that whole sovereignty, the thing of being sovereign has come into question. But sovereignty is standing, each of us standing in our I am power, our I am presence. Now, each of us are able to do that, and in my I am power, I am in the world and I choose the way I live. I'm forced to be dancing with myself because you're all cunts, so each of our value is not diminished because wounded beings couldn't see your value. None of us would want enemies. Oh, well, if they realized who you were, if you're a star seed, wouldn't want you guys for enemies, because nor your teams of protectors and warriors that have been cultivated over 60 plus million years of your existence, each of which prepared to go to battle with and for you. So a lot of you have got collaborations and assistance, and I'm talking about the golden hearts, I'm talking about the star seeds here. So a lot of you have got collaborations and connections with star beings, that, and also it's galactic heritage that goes back eons. So it's, you ain't nothing new under the sun to you, and you have been to Earth before, prior to this existence, many eons ago, to the point where some of you, it's like if you call out to the deities or for help, they're like, she doesn't know who she is, or he doesn't know who he is, and they're so happy to help you. I've just pulled out Temperance, which is alchemy in cards. So as healers, we need to, if we don't want to attract these kind of nefarious situations towards us, we can still be healers, yet no longer see the world as broken. Releasing the looping, repeating timelines, calling in damaged, angry beings that each of us as healers consider needed healing. If somebody wants healing, they will come to you for healing. You don't need to go trying to, what was it with Jesus? He couldn't get the people in his town, like he couldn't heal the people in his town because they just didn't see him like that. They didn't see him as a healer. You know, because they didn't see him for who he had become in the story that was spoken of him. So preparing, creating miracles for people who don't see you in that light is just impossible. So each of us are free to move forward into our highest self timelines. And Ho'oponopono is, it says, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And they are special words that are given to us by the it's Hawaiian. And Ho'oponopono will cut the cords, release any attachment, and they'll break the looping timelines and ensure that each of us are free to move forward into the highest intentional timelines. So precious words, they're used in Hawaiian healing, creating instant transmutation and creating detachment. No longer shall any energy be accessible to the people, places, or pains from past events. Queen of Swords, just pulled out then. Each of us are only able to meet each other as deeply as we have met ourselves. So if you're being gang-stalked or you're getting harassed by, people online or in person, gang-stalked, I mean, it's very impersonal, it's very personal. So if that's happening to you, you've got to go further within. You've got to really look at how could this have been brought about. And it's not in the fact of you've got to be all sad and feel like you deserve it, because nobody deserves to be gang-stalked, nobody deserves to be targeted. There are specific reasons why it would be done to you, and that's more along the lines of everything that's right about you, everything that was right about you from the moment that you were born here on earth. And a lot of people who have ended up in the kind of sacrifice programming, which works for, it seems to be, men and women in relationships. At the moment, it's safer to go ahead and swim with sharks than it is to be in a relationship or living with a man. But as I discovered earlier this year, there are people that are dancing around campfires and sending sacrificial energies into our homes. So being sovereign, what that means is you have sovereign energy, and you do not attract, or you will not be subject to any energies that are being sent into your home. And it means keeping your energy clear, and also having your guardians and your protectors and having them all alert and aware. I mean, as I'm aware that this happens, I can push that out. And the reason I speak on this is because I have had, I'm 43 now, I have been attacked by many partners, and I didn't actually understand that it all related back to me being put on a list for my energy. And this happens to starseeds, okay? So it's your energy that they want, and when a woman is sacrificed, and the more brutal it happens, the soul shatters and goes into many pieces, and that's all got to be collected. But with the energy, it gets used by these deep dark cults, and they do sick twisted shit with it, like get themselves notoriety, but not for taking you out, but it does just, they use your magnetism, your core essence to attract in, big things for them. So basically what's done is, where is it? It's like what I was talking about with the soul trafficking earlier, just saying it's like a spiritual energetic harvesting. But you've got to put up your hand and say, we do not consent. We refuse to be a part of it. We're all meant to thrive here on earth, and none of us will be in the Piscean age of darkness. All of this was possible because it was under the rugs. Like, nobody knew what was happening. I had a lady come to my door when I was like 8, 9 years old and yell at me about Jesus and that I was going to hell and all this crazy stuff, but it knocked my center of gravity off. And what I've worked out since is that she was able to do that. And what that meant for me was they put a hook in and they started siphoning energy from that time. And I had no idea about it until I'd worked. But considering the kind of childhood that I had, there's no way I should have gone on into life and made the ridiculous choices that I did make. Like, oh, let's go work in clubs and let's go be disrespectful to ourselves. Let's go, take a sordid kind of path. Like, it just did not make sense for where I'd come from. I should have had self-respect. I should have, really valued myself a lot more. And I guess I did, but it just didn't make any sense. And then you find out that souls get put up to these covens, these secret societies. And I'm not saying it's everybody who's involved in a secret society. I'm saying there are businessmen and women that are involved in secret societies and they have their secret handshake like the stonecutters. And that's all well and good, but there's a certain subsection which maybe the business people benefit from but don't really know a lot about. But they are the occultists that soul traffic from innocent human beings. They are the ones that are putting in energies into people's lives that would not exist had they not put those energies forward and decided that they were more entitled to people's energy than people themselves. Okay. And that's called spiritual energetic harvesting. We do not consent, we call trespass and demand restitution because we know it's been happening. So, a sovereign being is able to revoke, remove access to any and all false harvesting, soul mimicry, collective truth, akiskuvi. Lies are realized. That's not the paperwork. Bear with me, I'm just trying to find something that one of the most important points to make in this, if I'm going to be speaking about that. Oh, and also they put in the spell work to destroy any connection with divine feminine, divine masculine, and put in self-confidence destructive things. Because honestly, in my life, I think if I had have had more self-confidence and more self-love and hadn't felt like the clown constantly, I probably would have aimed higher in life, wouldn't I? Nobody wants to stay at the bottom, so the intention is to rise. I guess I have gone a bit wayward with it, but once I give you this information, where is it? Oh, and also keep in mind of ingrained messages. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you get what you need. You know what? being creators, which many of us starseeds are, we can get what we want. We just have to know that we can get what we want. Because all this darkness down here, it's just the absence of light. And many of us were born in the dark. But we were born in the dark quite specifically because we came here to light up the dark. And there's no shame in that. So, the deception in harnessing energies from light workers and star beings, the role baneful magic has played in spiritual warfare, organizations plus groups that are those in power in the matrix, churches, cults, covens, that purely with purely selfish intention, egotistic intentions, assumed right to harness others' energies in order to benefit themselves in power, money, and love. And that's how they're able to do it. They put your details up on their altar. And yeah, Santos Bonacci mentioned it a lot about this happening in the, what is it, the Jehovah's Witness. And each time that soul trafficking, how chosen before birth, they manipulating energy. This energy manipulation, destiny swaps are not a chance. They will never possess your energy. Once you're aware to it, you're able to reclaim your power back. Taking from others, churches that have committed the, oh, what would you call it? It's the, so many churches have had their followers commit to poverty and servitude. So that's basically, they've asked you to be their Jesus Christ. And if you go back to that song, what is it? Chris Cornell, Jesus Christ Pose. What was that? Soundgarden. The truth is often in plain sight. I withdraw any consent given. No more shall they take from others. Deception, harnessing energy, the role. Yeah, I've already read that one. So the way that they're able to pop in these cords into your energy, which can be cut, is with low frequency trauma. It fear, struggle, hell, split, polarity. We each initially admit a frequency, a high frequency, non-reactive, invite in the higher powers and activating your power, and choose happiness as a choice. And that's part of healing. This creator creates karmic absolution through loopholes. Tell them if they don't, she broke it down, you either get some power by joining and move up the ranks that to get the power, or you get nothing. Oh, that's it. I was watching this chick who tells you about all the secrets of the Matrix, but she actually said she basically gave herself karmic absolution, and the way she did that was by telling us the loopholes or telling us all of the information, but also admitting to being part of it, because she said if you don't join, you don't hold any power. And you know what? She's getting too many views, and because there's many creators who will come on here, myself included. I mean, have a look at the viewer count. If you're going out here and you're speaking absolute truth and you're coming through from a genuine place, you're unless there's some sort of manipulation, you don't go getting the, hundreds of thousands of views being a spiritual worker. It was interesting when she said that. Zoom out, well, I'm just trying to find what we actually give, because there are a lot of us here that are getting like practically no views, and like these sheets that I'm listening to, guys, as well, they are oracles and they activate the soul language within, encoded within the arts, opera music. Where is it? Peace, freedom, divine feminines rising. Okay. Alright. I might delete this one. But because I haven't found the paper. Yeah. I don't have it with me. But yeah, okay. Well, have a great day, everybody. Thank you for listening. Sorry it wasn't more Starseeding. I was just trying to drop a lot of truth bombs there. And yeah, it hasn't come out all in one straightforward loop. So yeah, thanks for popping by. Have a great day. And take 2 tomorrow.